Just warming up a little bit, stretching before my workout. I'm going to show you guys this stool right here. I've done videos about this, but it's my Bioenergetics Stool. And I found that there's no better way to open up most of the restricted muscles in an individual than using a foam roller, and then obviously on this stool here. It's really simple to make. I've got a foam roller here with bungee cord, tying it on, and then these are zip ties with this here. And the reason why I put that stick there is so you can get on and off it really easily. I often talk about thoracic extension and how important it is to stretch the muscles associated with it. You could stretch in a corrective fashion or in an organic fashion. And this is kind of like my yoga before going into a workout. I do it multiple times a day anyway, especially if I've been sitting a lot. But it's designed to open up the thoracic cavity, deepen my breath for the upper portion of the body. And then I've got really tight hips. I've got flexed hips. If I'm not careful, especially if I sit a lot or I drive a lot, I'm gonna have one of these situations where there's a severe anterior pelvic tilt, hyperlordosis, and it's not good. So I also use it to help extend the hips. So I'll let you guys, give you a little bit of a insider's view as to how I prepare. Then also I've got really tight feet, so I use this to roll out my feet. I've done other videos in this. Before I get started, someone asked me earlier today, I think on my Facebook wall, they said, Elliot, how do you get rid of Donald Duck posture, hyperlordosis? Well, you've got to consider the body as a unit. So you can't really work on your lumbopelvic region without considering the thoracic region and the cervical region. There are basically three basic areas of your body that you've got to consider. The cervical, face, jaw area, boom. Across the chest, the thoracic, and then the lumbopelvic, meaning lumbar, spine, pelvis region. So to deal with one means you've also got to consider the others. And if you've got, really flexed hips, you're probably going to have a thoracic kyphosis and you're going to have extension at your cervical spine. So I begin in the middle here. Get this right across my shoulder blades. Boom. Open up the mouth as wide as you can. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. If you really allow yourself to relax, you'll feel those muscles softening right along the spine. The muscles right along your spine, you'll feel them relax. I'm just checking, someone else might be coming in soon to do a workout with us today. Part of the reason why I often talk about opening your mouth, keeping your mouth really wide, is because it relaxes. We've got more muscular tension than we realize in our jaw and in our face. This particular area is how we meet the world. And for lack of better terms, we put on masks, right? So a lot of muscular tension, a lot of neurotic holding happens in the eyes, across the jaw, in the head. A lot of people have headaches, and that's part of the reason why, down in here. So when you open your mouth out that really wide, which goes against most breathing traditions or breathing techniques, when you open your mouth really wide, what you're actually doing is you're putting a stretch on the muscles that would typically be cramped. And when those muscles are cramped in your eye, even in your eyes, try it. Try breathing like this, with your eyes really wide and your jaw really wide, like you saw me doing it before. You'll realize that it's a totally different experience. You might even experience, it just feels so awkward and weird that you become you start shaking, or you become anxious. You'll be like, this is too weird, I can't do it. That's a good thing. That's a part of you escaping, or there's cognitive dissonance. There's dissonance between your muscular system and a part of you that wants to express itself. A lot of expression happens here between the chest, jaw, neck, and face. So we want to release the muscular tension in those muscles like we do any other set of muscles in our body. So that's it. Opening up the thoracic portion of the spine. You'll feel a lot of popping and cracking sometimes. Also spend some time stretching out your pecs and biceps if they tend to be really tight. Right? Part of the reason why I do this before a workout is because I want to align my body. I want to create structural integrity by deadening the hold on my physique by through the the tense muscles, to the tonic muscles. So like I said, there's tension across here for me. It might not always be the case for everyone else. And then for me, there's tension in the flexion position. So what I'll do is also, I'll sit on here. Get a little bit closer here. And this is a deep stretch for me also. Boom. Oh. Another way to stretch that part of your body by putting your hands right above. You guys who've mentioned that you've used a stool and put it across your low back, or you've done the bow, you put your fist in the low back. Well, part of the reason why you're having pain, some of you describe that you're having pain, is because you're further extending an area of your body that's already extended. Some people who have flatter backs would be better off doing it the way I've shown in other videos. You, if you're like me, hands, I like to get it, the butt of the hands right on top of the butt, right here, same thing. Try to keep my knees slightly bent, wide mouth. Whenever you do any type of extension, always couple it with an extension, a flexion. So I'll bend over also. If you don't have a stool, you could do it with your hands. You could also do the thoracic portion of your body using the bow with your hands. I've done that also. Or you could either put your hands behind your head or over your head. Again, it's very awkward, very uncomfortable, especially if you've got your mouth wide, open really wide, and you might feel some shaking. This is good. This is your body fighting against the tension, opening up your ability to breathe deeper. So. As those muscles begin softening, I like to vibrate them a little bit, almost like bring a light massage to the muscles by bouncing. And with this bouncing, you feel my shoulders relaxing, face relaxing, hands, feet, even in the pelvic floor and the hips. It brings like a light massage to the entire muscular system. We study some of the work with guys like Peter Levine that are experts in trauma release. They talk about the subtle vibrations in the muscular system associated with your body releasing emotional trauma. And evoking that allows you to, brings peace to the organism by evoking vibration in the body. And it's a natural response to trauma. So we want to do that to keep ourselves healthy from time to time, massaging the body through vibration. Shaking it all out. And it totally energizes. You're really gonna feel a lot more energy when doing this. And then finally, I personally have I have really tight feet. So, maybe we'll make this a video by itself then. So I like to roll out the feet. If you don't have a roller like this to roll out your feet, my feet are horrible. They're just so tight and tense for multiple reasons. Genetics being a part of it, but also just abuse. Years and years of abuse, so I have to roll them out. If you don't have a roller like this, you could use, I've seen people use They would like fill up a plastic water bottle, or even take a plastic water bottle, fill it with water, and freeze it. So you've got, it's kind of cold. It's one way to do it. I've heard different therapists say that they use wine bottles. I probably wouldn't do that. I mean, I'd just be afraid if it fucking broke. Hey, how's it going, dude?
How you doing?
Pretty good.